Well, good morning. This is Jim Whitehead, All Power Group. And what you see behind me, and I'm going to show you around again, this is the building for my studio content creation. Right now, as I mentioned before, I'm in the living room, which isn't ideal for a channel. And also, my wife is not real happy about it. Okay, where we are, this is a building that is 28 feet long by 14 wide. 4 feet of that is the porch that I'm sitting on. So we, like old people, will be able to sit on the porch. But anyway, it's taken, we submitted the permits at the very end of July. We get the permits in August. And here we are now in December, where we've got the building on site, and a lot of the work is done, but it really shouldn't have taken this amount of time. But that's the way it goes. I want to start talking about some of the things I'm doing with the building. It is going to be my office. It is going to be a wonderful studio that gives you the freedom with space and area for equipment, lighting, backgrounds, just about what anybody would want as a full-time content creation YouTube building. The inner dimensions of the building are 24 feet wide by, 14 feet wide by 24 feet long, because of, again, the porch is 4 feet. And what we're doing with this building is we're going to be off grid. And that's a long story. It was really, I did not submit permit applications for electrical because I expect that, I'm going to be able to do 3 sets of solar panels, an Anchor 767 solar generator, along with its companion battery that doubles the amount of storage. Now, the expectation is hopefully and this is all going to be trial tested, and you will be along for the ride as to how well things are going. But the expectation is between the solar input, the 600 watts of solar that I'll be bringing in to the solar generator, it basically, hopefully, will supply enough power and not worry about adding an additional utility connection. That I'd have to get a permit for, and how long that takes. This building was permitted under a owner-builder, and the slab and the height of the building, in the sense of how the base, all have to be at the level of the home. It's anchored in 8 locations, 4 on each side. And what that does is ensure that, and down here in Naples, the wind requirement is 165 miles per hour. So this building probably will not blow away if we have a bad storm. I've got 2 guys doing the work. I got to be honest, they're good at what they do, but they don't move very quickly. But that's the way it is. So I'll be on solar power, and the neat thing is I'm a generator company, and yes, a solar company, but I've not done anything with solar generators yet. This will be my first, and I'm the type that I'd like to try something before I talk to someone about doing the same thing for them. So this is kind of what I'd call a trial balloon, to make sure that I can save and produce enough power to run this building. Now, what I've done with the building is it's only going to be 120 appliances and computers and TVs and monitors. The AC since you need AC in Florida, the AC is going to be another 120 appliance. But because we've insulated it very well to the best of our ability, and baffles in the roof, and you name it, we should have a pretty good time making sure that I'm going to have enough power to run every day. At night, I don't leave computers on, so at night the demand requirement would be much less. So I will keep you updated on that. Okay, I'm going to stop this for a second and move on to showing you where we are so far. I really enjoy working for you, if you know what I mean. Please ask questions or suggestions. At my age, you can't keep reinventing the wheel. So anybody that says, hey, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? It's very much appreciated. Most of the plan is logical, but maybe some of it's not. So anyway, let's look at the building. Okay, excuse the mess. You can see the insulation and so on and so forth, and that will be going away. This right here is going to go around the windows inside. Now over on the side here, you'll see the ground line. It's approximately 12 feet between two 8-foot ground rods, and that's going to go into the building, or is going into the building, and I'll show you where it's going to go. Now the solar panels, and we're going to be running, I have 30 feet of line for each of the 3 set of solar panels. They're going to go in the back here. I hope I'm not making you dizzy, but they're going to go back here. I think one set will be on the, no, actually 2 will probably be on the cement here, and 1 in front of it. By the way, there's the boss. She's the supervisor. Her name is Jamie, and she's in a lot of my videos. She is the best of the best, and she just is wonderful. I can't say anything more than that, but we're blessed. Right now, we're using 2 extension cords from the home that is powering, tools to have it where it's totally on solar. There you can see one of the anchors, and we have 8 of those into this beautiful cement slab, which was not cheap. I hate to say it was probably about 20,000 bucks. Holy gee. But anyway, there are 4 on each side, and I'm not going to worry too much about this building blowing away. At least I don't want to be in it if it blows away. Okay, this is inside, and that's a transfer switch, a manual transfer switch. And the connection that you're looking at is a 50 amp connection. The Anchor 767 puts out one of the connections as a 30 amp. So I've got a cable, of course, it's going to come out of the Anchor at 30 amps and go into this connection with the correct extension, as you would expect, to be powering. Now what we're doing here, typically you would have a transfer switch that you've got both the utility power coming in and either generator and or basically solar. So this is really only going to be used right now as solar, and the connection, as you can see, it's a mess, but it's almost done. I'm just hooking up my grounds. We are going to have 4 circuits, 15 amp breakers times 4 for everything that we need to do in here, which is, again, we're not going to be doing heavy power. Now going along, you can see it's got 5 windows, 2 on each side and then 1 in the front. And it is pretty much drywalled with R13 insulation. We have baffles in the roof. We have connections for 2 ceiling fans, and this is going to be painted a nice, I don't want to say dark blue, but that's probably a good description. And the floor, it will of course have flooring. So, you know, we will really have a ball when this gets done. Now I'm in the back of the building looking forward. Of course, you see the door. You see the other window, which is the 5th window. What's neat about this is, yes, I did, let me bring it in a little bit closer. I did have it where they added the porch, which kind of made it look more like a building than just a shed. Now what's neat is what you're looking at is about 50 square feet of storage. So that will allow me to put anything and a lot of things up there and kind of keep things neat. So hopefully you've appreciated and enjoyed the presentation here, and it will be neat within probably about a week or so that I should be firing it up. Now the other thing I do have to mention that we did about the beginning of the week is we brought in a new internet connection, which is right, there's a lot of dust in here, but that's a Amplify by Ubiquiti, wonderful Wi-Fi 6 4-port router. When we moved here in July, I had the same one, and this thing is great because, and I've used a lot of these, so it isn't just the first one, and I think it's a great idea. But this unit has the capability of Wi-Fi 6, multiple SSIDs, 2.4, 5, you know, speed-wise, depending on the device. And it has a 3,000 square foot footprint where, in essence, you can go around circle with this unit and you will have good Wi-Fi. The house is 2,000 square feet, and we have an identical unit, as I mentioned. And boy, when they say 3,000 square feet, they're not kidding, because I can go from this building, that building, and still have access. So I hope that kind of helps with the view, and we're blessed and it's wonderful. And I want to thank you very much. And this is Jim Whitehead, All Power Group, signing off.